Hey guys, my name is Teemu and I'm a boat builder, proud owner of 1904 Colin Archer, and now it's time to build some beams. Actually, beam shelves is the topic of today. I have a material here that I need to, I did the mold removal, so I dipped them in a very acidic or whatever poison mold removal, and to kill all the growth mold. And now I'm putting some tung oil on them, and after that I need to put tar on them. But I'm gonna start the tung oil, let them soak, and then I go destroy more of the boat so I can start installing them. But yeah, exciting. Already more on the construction side than only demolition video after video. There will be more, but less and less until I start finally building it. Beam shelves and deck beams are the first, so I can raise the deck and then start building the interior, exterior, everything. So here we go. First, this is Kiinan puuöljy, Chinese wood oil, aka tung oil. This is what I'm using. Should be enough for at least this set. And then let it soak, maybe do another one, and then tar on top, and that should be strong enough to actually make any wood waterproof for many years to come. I was first thinking of using oak only, but I had this wood, so I'm like, why should I spend money on oak? And this is only a pine, but any wood can rot with a proper protection, and I have a proper protection, so I'm using the same that the boat was built 120 years ago, which is tar on everything. So I'm just gonna prep the wood with the tung oil. I really need to soak them, and I do a couple of treatments, so it's as much oil as they can possibly suck the wood. So I'm gonna keep treating them that there's nothing going in anymore. So I'm using a rag that has to be disposed after, since tung oil can self-ignite. But I just pour strictly the rag, and then rub it in. Rub it in, so there's my method. Let me know in the comments if it's a bad idea, but at that point it will be too late. One of the reasons I'm using this wood as a beam shelf is that I had it already, and I don't really have any other use for it because I'm not gonna build a deck for it from it. So I had over 300 meters of this wood, and 340 meters to be exact. And so I just treat it properly so I can use it as a structural thing, and it should last for another 100 years when it's properly done. So it's cost effective and no waste of material. And then I can finally start building already. So hopefully my rush to do something is not went for me, because the oak needed to be dried, cut, and which would require time, money, and which I'm short of both. No time, no money, at least not extra to spend. So I'm gonna use what I have, and I believe this is a good idea to build a shelf. And funny thing about this wood, this is not a 2x4, is a little less, and so it's been specially cut. With this, they collected some mold growth on the top surface, being outside, even though the boat covered, but still like a little moist cut on them. Now it's been mold, Eco Prime mold removal. I soaked them in, so all the black you see should be dead, and that should not be growing anymore. What is good though is that, so the length by accident was exactly by a millimeter almost to the length that I needed it to be, and so I'm gonna build a perfect beam shelf for me to start building a new deck. So happy me.
My first layer is coming on. It was going in well, other than I got a little splitter in my hand while doing it. I was a bit careless and didn't think that there would be splinters coming. So after this, I made maybe 4 more times. I came back. I gave up every 2 to 3 days between the layers, and eventually they became pretty good. So I think they are now waterproofed all the way. But since this is a very boring procedure, I'm only gonna show this first adding on it.
I started new work, so I'm keeping busy with learning the ropes at the new job. So I haven't had that much time to come here. So overall, project is been slowed down, and also the weather was so freakishly cold. So it was nice to come here. Now we're in February, mid-February, and the weather is around 0. So a little bit below 0 more, and like it changes, but now it's much more comfortable. And so I'm gonna show you what I've been doing here, because I came here, I forgot to film, so I've been doing here some serious demolition. So follow me. Here I'm seeing how well I can bend the wood. So the wood that I oiled with tung oil. Now when I take the deck apart, the oil wood will come here, and I'm gonna stack it up all the way to the top part, and that will be the new beam shelf. And with the beam shelf, I'm gonna then go across the boat, and let's see how that plan works. So far I'm mimicking the old structure, and it should be strong enough, and it's gonna be much thinner than the original ones, but I'm going to make the space between the beams much shorter, so it should be strong enough for a new deck every 40 centimeters or so. And it's a glue lamb, so it's also a bit stronger than ordinary wood. It's not oak, but it would be too much work and not necessarily expensive and super heavy material to choose, the oak. So I went with the pine, is affordable, strong, and because since it's not in direct contact with the water, I think good treatment with dung oil should be enough for its preservation and protection. And here we have taking things apart here. So you saw a little bit of this already. I filmed it. I took the battery from my electric saw, knife saw. I took it to protect it, and I lost the battery, so I had to wait, and I got a new tools that are cable powered, so no risk of ever running out of power. Here is the biggest change. I said taking this apart, so now we are here, and there's a nice visibility directly to the salon. Salon is also in pieces. Tonight I'm going to start taking this apart, and that wall that separates the salon kitchen from the engine. And since here will be the new cockpit, that is lower, the foot space will be on top of the engine, and this will be a cockpit. So I need to take this old one out. And here, so much work ahead, but it's now much easier to see what it will be when there's no old structure. So that is now apart. I had to see it. It was a big moment for me. It's been there since the beginning. So now once I get the container here, garbage container, I'm gonna load it with so much wood and garbage that then I can start building the new deck here. The paneling out, and now this nice safety feature that they had put on steel beam going over and around the skylight, because the skylight is super heavy, really heavy, so I can use this again, and it'll help my plants, because I'm going to use the same frame, and the salon is gonna be roughly the same size, so it's gonna suit my needs just fine. My apologies if my filming makes you seasick. So here you can see I lifted up the roof. It's coming along nicely.
it's hard to take everything out so I can get around the boat. That roof is what I need to preserve. I'm going to be able to use it nicely in the future. Here the hull is exposed, so I can start painting it once the weather gets better. The bow cabin is still untouched. I'll get to that later. And the board between the engine and the saloon is now out, and all the necessary deck material, deck beams, and the boards, all that is now calculated, and I'm able to order them by the end of March, I hope. April, May is still those months of action. So stay tuned, and like and subscribe so I can keep doing these videos. And by the summer, this will be a whole lot more interesting channel. So like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.